Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, a master of propaganda here off-site, defender of the fatherland. We've got off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on Holotny Felma. Between the west here, we got VonAsten fighting for the Soviet Union and the 5th Guards Mechanized Corps, versus in the east, we got Dezman fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, the SS Kampfgruppe Wolf, here with a double Ostrom start there, double Panzerfaust as well, and a mine bulletin there for him, versus VonAsten's Guard Motor Reserve Army and Lend-Lease, with penal trooper guards and sniper bulletins there. Double engineer staff him into penal troopers. With the Ostrom moving out here rather aggressively for Dezman, allowing to seize a lot of territory initially, in particular as the player goes for the Special Rifle Command. This will certainly give Dezman, in terms of territory, a bit of an edge. And of course, the penal troopers will be able to much more hard counter the Ostrom than Conscript bullets. Of course, in that regard, Dezman will have to quickly follow up with something better than the Ostrom or some support for them. Otherwise, that's quick going to turn against Dezman there if he's not careful. But Pioneers bring up here, wiring off there. Also heading southwards. First penal troop unit on the way there for Dezman. Get a bit of shooting back and forth here up north. Engineers heading in for there. And MD42 on the way there for Dezman. Ostrom holding up. And in this case, I mean, there's not really much point just heading fine. It could just as well you just shift over here, grab points, and then we try and swing around the house. But he seems very focused on it, so that's not really making much of actual progress there for Dezman. The south, though, he is making progress there with the Pioneers and the Ostrom. Going to get some fuel pretty swiftly there. MD42 almost done. The Ostrom can remain there. Hopefully, he has forgotten about us. And then we can. Never mind. And there he goes, straight ahead again, attacking the house. No Ostrom there as engineers. I mean, it's going to be engaged. It's got a long-term win here, I think. Just going to take him time. We can see that VonAsten's following up with the Scout Card. Pims moving up here. Could have done more damage in Nemo instead of just standing there, but I guess he forgot them. And there you go, Pims was attacking. Ostrom opening up, but already taking losses here. He needs to retreat. Third Ostrom squad there for Dezman. As the first one runs away. In the south here, Pioneers moving up to wire off here. The truck in the centre. MD42 there being hauled forwards, and there you go, the third Ostrom squad for Dezman. VonAsten's there, scout coming northwards. John up, and Gears might be planning there a flamethrower scout car combo. And Pims was continuing northwards here. MD4 setting up there. That's going to prevent the Pims from slightly moving about, but even then, they could in theory try and sneak up through the gap there, though. He's going to need the mission for demo charge to really make any work of it. Well, satchel charge. Are the Ostrom moving up here now versus the Pims was there again? This time with no cover because he wants to grab the point there. The Ostrom might have a chance there, but then again they quickly fall into cover, and there we go. Dezman just breaks away. Further pressure in the west. Pioneers continue to advance. MD42 positions to the church. Southern victory point being secured by an Ostrom squad as well. So we can see now Dezman is, thanks to the Ostrom, seizing a lot of territory from VonAsten. Though VonAsten at the same time is so far not really hugely going after Dezman yet. But there you go. We got the scout car ready. Not flamethrower ready yet though, but still should be able to do some damage there to some of Dezman's troops. And there you go, Pioneer spotted, second penal squad moving ahead, and Dezman there going for the mortar. They got not in the offer to support his men. Most of them arriving here, moving towards the centre. Still got the 3 squads, but just the 2 there, the otherwise were fighting. Southern wise, we got 1 squad pushing northwards there. And we got the scouts cleaning up, the MD42 opening up, doing some light damage to the scout car. Ostrom moving in as well. And an engagement as the Ostrom moving up, they've been strained to the penal troops. The penal troops aren't paying attention to the Ostrom, getting some few hits, but ultimately the penal troops there should be able to win the engagement just due to being better. We also got a lot of barbed wire here all of a sudden from VonAsten trying to make it harder for Dezman to use territory. So there goes Scout code flamethrowers. Penal troops going to try, or Ostrom going to try and Panzerfaust. They're taking too much damage though, so while they might do it, there's a high chance of being wiped. But they got mortar firing down there. Scout car down. Ostrom actually made it away there. And overall, some losses there for VonAsten. That kind of worked out there. Troops of the Sentinels suppressed by the MD42 with the third penal troops going away there for VonAsten. We got the other squad retreating in the meanwhile, leaving only the engineers now to fend for the northern compartment. Back at Dezman's base, the SS Kampfgruppe Wolf is establishing and like to make a nice company to quickly rush something ahead there. Ostrom they're reinforcing, other squad moving ahead. So it's gone for Ostrom, but there's been no further sign there of anything besides the Ostrom, no officers for example, though again, not really unique since most players tend not to use them at all. Ostrom moving up, engaging there the Strafniki out in the open. Like to make a nice combo up. Could go for a half track to support his troops. Go for flamethrowers. Could also go for 2-2-2s. Though an idea would also, of course, be panzer gun edition, especially with a penal troop heavy style. It's going to need some better infantry as we carry on the fight here, because again, the Ostrom are long term not really favoured at all to win this coming engagement. The penal troop is going to just sort of beat them up pretty soundly. So I mean, Dezman needs to bring up better quality infantry to sort of really fight the penal troopers. Otherwise, he's just going to bleed out and go nowhere. Draw some squad from northwards there. We've got an engineer squad hanging about. They've tried to lay down mines, but those bloody Ostrom are in the way. Just in the damn way. Pioneers there for the southern point. We've got a half-track on the way there for Dezman and the SS Kampfgruppe Wolf. A Flammenpanzerwagen. Flame for a half-track is usually parts of a headquarters company or battalion of different units. But there'll sort of be a few units of those sort of provide support there. So a little fun fact there about organisation. Then we've got Dominguez versus Ostrom. Problem is they're not really getting their cover bonuses, so they're not actually doing a ton of damage to VonAsten because again the accuracy is pretty much there. But there you go, one squad ends up retreating. We got a discount on the way there for VonAsten, southern point secured, moving for the victory point. We've got penal troopers in the way. Half-track there being upgraded to the flamethrower half-track, the Flammenpanzerwagen. Well, some squad, there we go, finally to cover, finally getting their cover bonus. Now the engineers out in the open will suffer. Take that! No, you'll take that! You die! No! And he actually ends up falling back. That's actually a mistake for Dezman because the flamethrower only gets a bonus versus heavy cover, so it doesn't matter if he's in light cover. I mean, only difference that does is it makes it easier for VonAsten to fight them because now the Ostrom don't get their cover bonus. Almost got the flamethrower half-track ready there though for Dezman. Ostrom reinforcing, Banker going up there as well for him. Duska firing out with MG42, Pumes moving ahead, half-track moving southwards there. Pumes have been caught out in the open, they're being burned. Scorched. Oh, you need to be able not to get too close, then get satchelled. In this case, looks like it doesn't happen here for VonAsten. Ah, taking so much damage on the penal troopers. That's actually potentially could lose them here to the flamethrower half-track. In this case, it was too slow to retreat. Way too slow. He should have just retreated instantly, but actually tried to stick around there. In this case, Dezman was able to punish him quite heavily. I think even the Ostrom got a kill there, so that's a full wipe there against VonAsten. That's going to hurt him. That is 300 manpower just lost. The troops reinforcing, healing. Well, not healing because he doesn't have the munitions for the medic bunker. He has got the bunker itself, but he doesn't have the resources for the munitions medic part because he went for the flame for a half-track. Still, VonAsten has actually got most of the map here versus Dezman at the moment. The Pumes are again doing a lot there to counter the Osttruppen. They're making it a bit harder to use here for Dezman. In the south, the points being secured. Mines down there to help deal with the rushing flamethrower half-track, trying to hunt down some of his units. Not a bad idea there at all by VonAsten. Not a bad idea there at all. You got fuel drops in for Dezman to try and help him take up there versus opponent. Also nice move. I'm starting to see a lot more Ostrom players actually trying to use it now. They've seen others, you know, sort of lead the way to pioneer new strategies. The Ostrom supply drop zone certainly is being accepted there, I think, by increasing the large number of players in that way. A faster tier 3 for the Wehrmacht. So that's interesting and nice to see, though. It really should have some infantry nearby because, I mean, right now VonAsten couldn't just rush the fuel point himself and steal the fuel away from Dezman, which would be huge, absolutely huge, mind-bogglingly massive. Meanwhile, VonAsten has taken up. He is now calling in the T-70 tank to support his men here of the 5th Guards, making us call. Oh no! Oh, Dezman, you silly bastard! It's gonna happen. VonAsten's gonna steal his fuel, at least some of it. That's 20 fuel gone. He only gets 30 fuel there for 200 manpower. Don't call in fuel drops unless you're actually certain your opponent can't just rush it easily. That was a big mistake there by Dezman. I mean, it didn't become a critical, catastrophic mistake, but nonetheless, just handing 20 fuel to your opponent is big. Like that, at least when you're paying that much for it. So healing reinforcement going on here. We should take up as soon as possible, try and bring up some medium armor fast as possible versus VonAsten's T-70 now is rapidly in pursuit of the flame for a half-track. Yes, your flames won't work on me. Well, technically, if this was the actual war and you shot at the engine, it would get me because the engine would burn up and I would die horribly. But this is a game. So there we go. T-70 engaging the flame for a half-track. Incendiary weapons in general in the actual war were pretty good anti-tank weapons as well. You know, throw Molotov on the engine, specifically around the radiator, stuff goes up in flames. That was, of course, the bigger version was take, you know, a fuel can or jerry can, fill the fuel, attach it to a grenade, and throw that on the back, and just, you know, watch the entire thing go up in flames. It's a little fun fact there. Just they're going for the central victory point. Troops are healing, reinforcing again. We got to take up there for Dezman, and the SS Comfortable Wolf, which has suffered some losses. Then, of course, some tactical errors. Pack 40 in the way there for Dezman. He clearly didn't expect the T-70 out that fast, it would seem. Or perhaps just forgot about it. Then, of course, that Dezman has not laid down a single mine. And there we go. Bit of action in the south there from the Ostrom. Still at 3 squads. And again, no better infantry from Dezman as of yet. No replacements. North, small skirmish here between Ostrom and Engineers. Again, without the car bonus, the Ostrom are very much useless. Second disc out here for VonAsten. The heavy machine gun. Ostrom running up the T-70. Bit of reconnaissance there from VonAsten. Just to see if there's maybe something hiding. Maybe expecting a trap action. There you go. Double penal troops into the Ostrom. That's just going to be a full retreat there from Dezman because they don't stand a chance. They just don't stand a chance. That is a very lopsided engagement. Pioneers being suppressed in the centre. Northwards we've got Ostrom there straight into a mine. Losing half the unit, or close to half the unit there. Fuel pump being secured there by VonAsten away for Dezman, who hasn't built his Polymer core. Which he definitely should do, but he should also counterattack to regain his own fuel and protect it. In part just to prevent VonAsten from getting too much more fuel from him. Veterans 1 and the mortar, halfway to Veteran T2. And I'd like to make a nice company. Ostrom looks like they'll head southwards, and he's going to need the MD42 to help us a chance there. But of course that's being engaged here by the heavy machine gun from VonAsten. So rather rough looking here for Dezman, rather rough looking here. Some mistakes then again. The failure so many Ostrom players get, which again is just not getting enough stuff to replace them. Of course, in that sense, we are sort of going to try and, you know, go for it anyway. You generally want to go for either heavy or sort of get some grenadiers fast out at least initially, and then bring up panzer grenadiers instead. You know, for Dezman, it was sort of not heavy enough on the Ostrom there, and he doesn't quite have enough punch and numbers to pull through. It still relies only on them. MD42 coming from the northern house. We got the Polymer core going up there for Dezman. He could probably. Oh, he's also going for panzer grenadiers now. That's definitely not a bad idea. Panzer grenadiers supported by the Ostrom here, I think, would be pretty potent for Dezman versus VonAsten. Engineers out in the opening, suppressed people going straight here for the mortar and the Pack 40. And we got the T-70 in as well here. Setting forth with fervour and zeal to destroy the fascists. And there you go, Pack 40 shoots and magnificently misses the T-70 light tank. Fails to land a hit there. Second shot though does have a bit of an impact there versus VonAsten's T-70 light tank up north here. Pioneers versus a heavy machine gun. That's going to be a rather one-sided engagement there. Panzer's moving out and he's upgrading to Panzerschrecks. I mean, if he's going to go for some armour there either way, he's not going to need the Panzerschrecks right away anyways. He's got the Pack 40. He'd rather be better off just having to be able to deal with the infantry more efficiently, also clear out some of VonAsten's support weapons. But he's going for the Panzerschreck here. Question is, does he go for the Stu, the Osprey, or the Panzer IV? So either way versus the T-70s, initially the Panzerschrecks aren't going to be of much use anyway. So I mean, it just strikes me as a weird choice there for Dezman. Again, you know, a bit like, you know, shouldn't just upgrade your penal troops willy-nilly with, you know, PTOS rifles. Similarly, you shouldn't just be upgrading your Panzer grenadiers willy-nilly with Panzerschrecks. There's a bit of a sort of question as to what exactly is causing Dezman to do that. You can go for the Ostrom now. And there he is. And to an extent that kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it's not like VonAsten's got a lot of armor himself. And again, nothing the Ostrom can't handle. Running by the way here, VonAsten's got another scout car. The first one has just actually got another one. I think the first one got panzer to bits. Either way, the white scout car thereabout. Grabbing the southern half of the map back here. Once it gets the Ostrom, if it can use it correctly, can actually do a lot of damage to VonAsten, who's not really prepared for an Austrian flat panzer. I mean, he's generally not prepared for any tank, and again, in that regard, again, the fuel drop did help Dezman sort of get out faster, despite, you know, technically being behind in map control. Then we charge on the victory point. Nasty, nasty VonAsten. And there we go. Austrian flak pans out. In the south here, Ostrom messes the M3-1. We got Panzerjägers moving in there with their Panzer Schrecks, their kits and Panzer Boots, and almost got the scout car. It's got a tiny, minuscule, microscopic sliver of health left, allowing it to just pull away there, despite, you know, encountering 2 German 88mm anti-tank rockets. Got the Austrian being rushed southwards there. Pinter's moving in there. Should get the Austrian down there to support and stop it at the right spot. Of course, it gets its full accuracy. Telemark's going down there, not a bad idea there by Dezman and the SS Kampfgruppe Wolf. They're getting hits in the Panzer gunners. They can't really get a respond thanks to the Panzer X and keeps moving the Ostwind, so that can't get off a good hit either. Remember, the Ostwind takes a 50% hit to accuracy when you keep moving about there. So the trick is to stop it up there before you start firing away. There we go. Suddenly getting a lot more kills even on retreating units there once it's stopped bloody well moving about. Bring in the Panzerjägers there. Ostwind needs to support them. Quick hit there. You can also hear that VonAsten is quickly bleeding out. Dezman of victory points. Definitely something again Dezman needs to be mindful of. Needs to be very mindful of.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Ostrom pioneering northwards. We've got minesweepers up there. Good work. And Ostrom moving down south again. VonAsten still hasn't gotten any more into tank weapons. It looks like he's going to try and aim here for the M4C Shermans, which does mean that besides being able to rush that tank faster here than VonAsten, he's also able to have some room there for us Ostrom to do a lot of damage because there's not going to be any immediate huge counters for it. No tanks that we just hunted down and destroy it. No tank destroyers with the heli caliber and just Asian-6s. Not even a field gun. Almost got a peel squat right there. Ooh, forget that would be huge for Dezman, but luck is not quite with him. Luck is not quite with him. Scout Cadet striking northwards, pushing back the Pioneers. More Panzer Gunners and more Panzer Schrecks. That's definitely not a solid or sane force composition there. Again, his opponent just got a T-70. He's paying for more heavier stuff down the road. He'd bet off just, you know, again trying to punish him before that and just getting out Stugs rather than relying on Panzer Grenadiers with Panzer Schrecks. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, people go for mobile defense and try to rely all on the or the Pumas for sort of anti-tank. The problem is just like the Puma, the Panzer Grenadiers are just sort of more for supporting other stuff. They're not there to sort of do the main anti-tank work. So it's rather not something I recommend here that VonAsten or Dezman is doing. Obviously not VonAsten. He's doing playing sensibly, comparatively, and is so fault in control of most of the map. Got 6 kills already, closing on veterans 1. There we go, landing hits with the Dezman off flank. There we go, doing a lot of damage actually. Almost wiping all of the Puma troopers now. 9 kills for Safazerland. He's going for a second Austrian. That is definitely not the healthiest force composition. Again, double Panzerjägers, double Austrians. I mean, again, once the Panzerjägers get cleared up, for example, then the Austrians are going to be rather vulnerable. I think better off again just regular Panzer Grenadiers relying on the Austrian and then following up with a Stug. That way could punish against VonAsten's infantry much more aggressively, and then of course just deal with the army using the Austrian or whatever else you might have there instead. Like say Stug or Panzer IV. Oh, big push for the Sense. Going to need the Austrian up to deal with that. Oh dear, wiped the MD-42, good work there by VonAsten, quickly steals away there from Dezman, who just keeps moving down the south. We got the second Austrian moving up though, and here we go. Heavy machine gun on the fire there from the Austrian, his third son on flank, tearing into them. Here in the centre push with the cutoff point. Needs to get the pack forward to support the Austrian. Puma troops are being blasted, and there you go, Dusk being pushed back, taking heavy damage here from the Austrian flak panzer, wiping out almost the entire crew. And the Austrian scouting ahead for the other Austrian, pushing VonAsten back from there. 200 points left though for Dezman here versus VonAsten's 389. Almost twice as many, and that'll soon be twice as many there. Oh dear, suppressed again. More demo charges there from VonAsten. Now it was Minesweepers with Dezman. Now the MD42 for Dezman to replace the one he lost to the Marxists. Scout car engineers, mines being laid down here around the northern victory point, where they are by VonAsten.
Additional resources are now available to your commander.
And there we go, VonAsten's going for the M4C Shermans. Calling in the bigger tanks. And at this point again, Dezman's then got the Pack 40 and some other bits to deal with it. Spotting here for a demo charge with just hanging around, expecting one there, since you know VonAsten has used them before, so yeah, gets it. Good work there by Dezman. Panzerjäger's moving in but oil on health. Sherm sitting out there for VonAsten and the 5th Guards Mechanized Corps. And there goes straight to the half straight, they almost got it. But the Sherm there is pursuing as well. He's going to need his anti-tank weapons up there. Almost got it, but not quite. Pack 40 turning about here. Swooping moving. Oh, getting within range of the Panzerfaust here. Damage sinking. The Pack 40 finishes it off there. Bit of a loss there for VonAsten, to put it mildly. Probably didn't expect to encounter that much anti-tank resistance from the Germans. Big push from the VonAsten into the south again with another M4C Sherman on the way for him. No, actually that's not it. Oh. He's calling a tank. But still, that cooldown looks a bit weird. Did it bug up or something? I mean, it's clearly realising you can't just run the M4C Shermans, but did that calling just bug up there? Kind of looks like it. It's rather unfortunate if the case. It's rather unfortunate. Panzerjäger engineers, Scout they're rolling about. "17 kills in the Ostwind already. It's not been out for that long, but it's already having quite an impact there, I think, on Dezman. 18 kills. Second one being repaired. We got fighting on the centre. Mortar fire raining down and up north here. Tanks crashing Dezman's northern push there. 19 kills from the Flak Panzer IV here. Moving in to deal with the penal troopers. So cavalry doesn't get too close, they get satcheled. 4 kills. 20 kills, 21. Panzer going to do his what? Going for more. Oh dear, Dezman. You don't need more Panzerjägers, you need more Panzers. You need just regular Panzers to help deal with infantry. But there you go. Almost got the MD42 there. 25 kills. The Ostwind is having a definite impact there again on VonAsten's forces. But there you go. T-Fed forming to deal with it. Panzer going to do this halfway done. MD42 Panzerjägers here by the northern victory point. Do you see any Russians about? No, it seems quiet, almost too quiet. Ah well, what the hell, let's go ahead anyways. Fuel drop there for VonAsten. Could be countered here by the Ostwinds. If they get off enough decent hits. They don't. Big push into the centre there. Straight into double Ostwinds. Double the Ostwind, double the death. 26 kills, almost ready to go up north here. Again, MD42 as they seem to get the Panzerjägers up there. T-Fed moving in. Panzer is moving ahead. Are they getting Panzerjägers as well? Yes, indeed. T-7 being pushed back there. Got the northern victory point. He's down to less than 100 points there. Dezman really needs to defend his point much harder. There we go. Almost got the machine gun. Ostwind moving ahead. Back for their supporting Panzer trying against the T-Fed. Almost got it wiped. There we go. Almost got the machine gun wiped as well. There we go, Vetri 228 kills. Penalty moving ahead there. Bomb grenade off out on the position around the machine gun, and he moves straight into it. Heavy casualties here for VonAsten. Huge. I think he even got a unit wipe there. Just step Russians everywhere. Got the Skatka as well. Dezman is pummeling VonAsten here. Pummeling him. Oh. Don't throw away the Ostwind. Don't throw away the Ostwind. Moving in and Matt trying to wreck the Special RAF Command, preventing VonAsten from getting more pins with that, having to rebuild it again. Not. Still doing a lot of damage there to VonAsten's troops. Second Ostman there with 7 kills, close to veterans who won. Along being pulled back to the rear line for repairs. Almost got it. But he pulls back fast enough. There we got a Panzer on the way for Dezman with another Sherman there. Tank for VonAsten. The 5th Guards Mechanized Corps. Up north there we got the Panzerjägers versus the T-70. Almost got that one as well. It'd be pretty big fun if we get that one as well. And got the T-70. Another crashing blow to VonAsten. And the 5th Guards Mechanized Corps here. The Kampfgruppe Wolf is doing terrible work there. Terrible and terrifying work. And there you go, straight into the Pack 40 here. Panzerix opening up. No, Panzerfaust actually. There we go. More hits though, more hits. Ostwind veterans who 1-8 kills. Other one being pulled back to the base. Panzer almost done there for Dezman. Looks like he's going to lose here. The Ostwind, he's going to lose one of his 2 flak panzers to the Russians. And there we go, kaput. Grabbing the northern fuel point. He just got the T-34 breaking through the centre, at least attempting to. Shattering hit on the Ostrom, leaving 1/3 of the unit dead. Panzerfaust with damage in the engine. Oh, Sherman then needs to get away. And there you go, we got the Panzer IV out here for Dezman. Need to fix up the flak panzer as well. I mean, the faster you can get one back in action, the better, because of it does have a high rate of fire, which means it's actually even better at murdering infantry. Again, as long as you don't keep bloody well moving it. Up here before 2 holding back some of VonAsten's forces. Panzer IV no way near getting a pin-back machine gun. Ostrom still being worked on. Ostrom being reinforced. We got more Panzer Grenadiers for Dezman. More Panzer Grenadiers. Hopefully they won't become Panzerjägers as well. We go T-34 pressuring, taking hits there from the Panzer Schlecks. And there you go in the centre, Panzer IV versus MD-42 crew there. Taking back the centre victory point for the motherland. But the Panzer IV does land a few effective hits. And otherwise, we do see that Dezman's got a bigger force than VonAsten. Certainly he's also got something with a bit more impact in many ways. Again, the Ostwind. Really is such an overlooked unit, but again, well handled. The Ostwind can be quite devastating. Veteran 3 more today with 20 kills, pretty good. Noting, by the way, he could consider some mines, except doesn't have any munitions for those mines at the moment. You got a drop in here from VonAsten. At least he's not going for Panzer strikes on the 3rd Panzer Grenadier squad. Ostwind opening up the passing aircraft, getting it active, preventing VonAsten from getting his fuel. And straight to the base that crashes. Bit of pyrotechnics. Nice shooting, Fritz. Danke. Danke. Ooh, suffered a loss there. Not sure what he lost though. Guessing it was some pioneers. In the south here. Completely decimated by a demo charge. VonAsten again making good use of those here versus Dezman. And there you go. Panzerjägers taking the pins, but that's not going to have any impact. We've got the Ostrom up, engaging MD-42, holding up behind some wood, but there you go. Sherman strikes. And he's only got the Panzer to support. He could actually go for Stug soon. Could be an option here. Could be an option Dezman. And there you go. Pins was bouncing, but straight into Austin fight and the MD-42 here. Mortified joining in the fun as well. There you go, almost wiping out the entire penal trooper squad. And another Sherman there for VonAsten. Putting in two M4 Shermans, M4C Shermans plus the T-34-76 here. Quick burn grenade there, and almost wiped the heavy machine gun team. Also, fun fact: the first Shermans the Russians received is actually converted to having the same gun as the T-34-76 because they didn't think the Americans would supply them the ammunition as well for the guns. They did, so those Shermans didn't really see much use, and they didn't make too many of them. But they did have some actually, as a fun fact. Stug, I think, would be really great here for Dezman again. Good range, good rate of fire, good penetration here versus the M4C Shermans, which is certainly, I think, threatening Dezman at this point. There we go, we got the Stug crossing through the fence there. Panzerjäger's right next to it though. But have to get out of there before they get crashed and annihilated. Tiller mines here as well, good work. So the victory point secured. They could consider machine gun bank way to help cover. Maybe some S mines, but there you go, Panzer holding road northwards, Ostwind hanging back here. There we go, Russian counterattack for the southern victory point. We got some engineers moving in there. Stug almost done for Dezman, and the SS Kampfgruppe Wolf. And almost done there with the Sturmgeschütz. Panzergrenadier here versus Panzer Engineers in the centre. Getting suppressed outside here by a nearby heavy machine gun. And sadly, I don't think Dezman's getting anyone really coming there. But there we go. Ostman for the rescue, as always. 32 kills. Stop moving it, Dezman! Stop moving it! It's a lot less accurate when you keep moving it. There you go, around to the point neutral. They're at least fighting over the southern one. You can see here that Dezman's back to bleeding up victory points. Ostman in. He's going to need the Ostman down there to help with that. And there we go. Also getting the M4 to the centre. Not too bad there. Not too bad. There we go. Pulling back the Ostman until the Ostman can arrive. There you go. Getting some good hits and units. Almost wiping. Oh! Almost got a wipe there. Almost got a wipe with the Ostman. 35 kills. 35. That's quite a few. There you go. T-54 sets of a mine. Quickly in with the Panzer IV. Maybe the Stu to deal with it. Ostman, of course, also support here. Oh, there. Got more Shermans still nearby. Got the T-54. Needs to pull back the Panzer IV here. Sherman there down to half health. Not sure if that was a mine or something, in which case didn't get the mine damage off. Pack 40 turning back Ostman as well here. Stu moving down, but there you go. Gets the Panzer IV. Gets the Panzer IV. There we go. Pack 40 hit down one of the Shermans. Quite a loss there for Dezman, who's also lost one of his Panzerjägers. Nice, just one Panzerjäger squad plus regular Panzer. There you go. Sherman there taking hits from the Panzer 6. So by Ketten Panzer Books are doing a ton of damage here to the Sherman tank. We got the Zug flank in behind it. Going to get one of the Shermans, I think. And there you go. Misses. Heinz. Shoot. Left. There we go. Got one of the Shermans there. It is a burning hulk now of steel. 68 points left. Should again consider some bunkers or something else just to help defend these victory points a bit more safely for Dezman. Stu keep pursuing the M4C Sherman. We got another T-54 here for VonAsten. Knows he can't wait for another M4C, so he just goes for the T-34-76 here. Back here, reinforcement healing going on. Ostman moving in. 35 kills, halfway to Veteran T3. If he gets to Veteran T3 without, oh, hits a mine. A few hits there and kills. 36 kills. Putting that one back for repairs. So the points then secured. There was only about, I think, 41 Ostmans made. Generally though, none of the anti-aircraft tanks really saw huge production runs. The biggest one was the Flak Panzer Gepard 38T, which had a run, I think, about 130 or so anti-aircraft tanks. Then again, generally for each division there wouldn't even be that many needed, you know. Maybe sort of a company's worth, which would, you know, be about maybe, I don't know, 13 if not less, since I don't think they'd be running with big platoons there. So maybe, you know, I don't know, 12, 9 perhaps of them. Again, the primary sort of source there of anti-aircraft guns on the mobile would have been, you know, flak half-tracks or trucks. Unit wiped, a bit of a loss here for Dezman, now bleeding out. They lost his remaining Ostrom squad. Up north, they're fighting going on. Panzers, they're defending and securing the northern victory point. Stu, MB4 2 Ostrom covering here. Close to it, and that Ostrom actually 37 kills. 37 kills. And there you go, Panzerjägers here being caught by the T-54. Going to try and crush them. Need to retreat. Dezman looks so. He's almost got that Ostman ready, and again, almost for T3. I mean, Veteran T3 Ostman is a really devastating thing and really good actually dealing with infantry, simply just due to having a very high rate of fire. Now the Panzer IV out there for Dezman and the SS Kampfgruppe Wolf. Heading southwards there with this Panzer IV with next to no support. We got more Ostrom here though for Dezman, no officer though, kein Offizier. Machine gun there, pushed back. And there you go, heading to the centre. But there you go, Ostman responds with a lethal fire. 38 kills, very close there to Veteran T3. Very close to Veteran T3. Got the Panther 4 setting up, troops are reinforcing. Ostman quietly watching. Again, machine gun bunker here would be pretty good for Dezman. He needs to also secure the southern one. Penal troops moving down there. Panzer Force Duke moving northwards. He needs more infantry though. Again, so an officer would be a good move. Maybe some more Panzer Grenadiers, but certainly something needs to happen fast here. Right down here, Austrian versus Penal troops, and that is a very much one-sided engagement. I mean, veteran C Penal troops versus veteran C North Ostrom. There's no doubt as to who's going to win this, and it's not Dezman's Ostrom. Heading for the northern victory point, demo charges down there. VonAsten continues to lay down those nasty little things. Pioneers from spotted here. Sadly not moving towards victory point again, apparently not expecting his opponent to lay down more demo charges. And kaboom! 340 manpower gone there for Dezman. And again, no real, again, sort of focus again, part because he can't really just split up out in there. Going out hitting the centre victory point, even sending the Ostman down south. More Panzer Grenadier there for Dezman. In that regard, the issue for Dezman to an extent was he's just trying to push too many points at the same time. He's just focus on one point at a time. Hold one, take the one there, then set up defenses, then push for the third one. Instead, he's just trying to take 2 points at the same time while then poorly defending the centre one as well, which only makes it easier for VonAsten to attack him. Stop the Ostman. There we go. Very close to victory. 39 kills. 40 kills. So close to victory there. Still, also very close to defeat. He's only got 36 points left here versus VonAsten's 219 victory points. Up north here, we got the Panzerjägers there versus the Sherman. Need to get some armor up. There we got the Stug rolling in. Engineers moving in. Ostman here fighting around the centre. There we go. Turning into the machine gun crews. 43 kills. 43. Another Sherman out there for VonAsten and the 5th Guards Mechanized Corps. And there you go, got the Sherman engineers pushed back, need to defend the points though, S-mines, bunkers, machine guns, whatever he can do, he needs to do it, and he needs to do it fast. He needs to do it schnell. It seems like he's handed a second M4 by way to VonAsten, which is pretty bad for Dezman. Pretty bad for Dezman. Ostman moving in, they're taking fire there from the M4-2. We've got the Ostman moving in here as well. So, Panzer falling. Promise there's too much infantry. He needs the Ostman up there, not down here. But there he goes, trying to clear up the M42 there, which means at the same time he can't defend the centre victory point very wisely. Of course, doesn't have a machine gun. He's only got a mortar there. It's right here. Dezman, I think, making a critical judgment there. But there you go, does have victory feet now. 48 kills. 48 kills. Again, now you know it has a very high rate of fire there. Very high rate of fire. Very lethal there again. 48 kills. I mean, again, you'll still see many players keep claiming the Ostman is bad. It needs to be buffed, but honestly, the Ostman is good if you just have the skill to use it. I mean, generally, if you see someone complaining about the Ostman not being very good, you can usually infer a few things about their skill level. But anyways, People's Reserve as the Panzer IV taking losses here. Ostman there just tearing into them. 17 points left. 50 kills on that Ostman. 50 kills! And just note that rate of fire now, it's just lethal. So of course it would be helpful if it didn't move it. And of course that's something to screen it. Head again, promise it's just moving straight ahead, there we go. Loses his ace Ostman as fast as he got it. Quite lost there now. Dezman's barely got anything left, he's leading up victory points down to 10 points here. Stugman hit there, 3 kills, 4 kills. No supporting infantry, of course, again, Dezman really, again, he just went straight on into the Panzer, because again, though, he doesn't have enough infantry to really allow for that, so, yeah. Awesome on the way there for Dezman, though, Stug getting veterans 1 here. Got the northern one, 5 points left, trying to go for the southern one, I think, but that's not succeeding either. Stug about to go down here for Dezman, and there you go, completely kaput. Down here, Panzer IV versus T-34 from 6 on Muscati. He's down to 2 points though left. 2 points left. Sherman there flanking the other. Panzer IV is trying to. T-34 went down, exploding, and there you go. GG, game over. Dezman in the end loses. A brutal fight out here with a lot of fighting across the map. Some heavy engagement and a veteran for the Ostman. Again, really nice to see that. Ah, cat hair. Ultimately, though, for Dezman, there are a few issues. Again, one of them, again, is the typical, the Ostrom strategy. In this case, it's immediately being countered one of the more current surge strategies. Again, Dezman never really, trying to counter up, or, preparing for that. Again, no Pentagonist, no nothing else. And when he then went for the Pentagonist, he only went for the anti-tank, despite they're not really making any sense. Had he just not upgraded them, stuck to the Ostrom, and then throw up quick with a Stug or something, that he'd probably be doing a lot better versus VonAsten instead. He just split out a lot of Ostrom and then slowly but surely lost map control. And then, there were some issues there for Dezman as the game went on there. No mines, no machine gun bunkers. Well, there are very few mines anyways, no S-mines for sure. In that regard, VonAsten slowly but surely outmaneuvered Dezman, and certainly also VonAsten made some good flanks with his armor, thusly crushing Dezman there. So there's definitely some room improvement for Dezman again. But also, again, interesting. And again, we're seeing a lot more of these, Ostrom builds, trying to use supply drops so that way, speed up any medium armor. That can impact, but you got to remember, again, you need Pentagon or at least some guns, light machine gun at some point to carry out things, or at least the officer, but just none of that really was forthcoming from Dezman. Again, allowed VonAsten's penals was just to murder away. Ostrom, again, good choice, just needed better support than Panzerjägers. Again, they can't really be the ones carrying all of it. They can support your other armor, but still, you need armor that can probably deal with the tanks with the Panzerjägers, then be able to support it. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If you like what I do day after day, do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. Links in the channel description. Or video description, not channel description, but video description. Anyways, this is Napoleon signing off. Hope you'll enjoy this and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Cheers.